Uh, Jake's favorite option, without a doubt. He's a very straightforward player.
Excuse me, Isabel from DJ Soundwave.
Indeed.
I think he's going to be fishing for some Ridleys.
Yeah, probably. So, we're gonna see a very interesting matchup because these two players have distinct styles of play. Jake, a much more direct player. Soundwave, much more into his setups, much more into his counterplay, just making sure that his opponent is devoid of options. Meanwhile, Jake obviously likes to get pressure.
Oh, and
you see the pressure that's already been applied against Jake. He's at 113.
Pockets the fire against Ridley and gives him a taste of his own medicine. A very nice job teching that from DJ Soundwave.
Both players proving to be about equal here.
Very
completely
nice Both
willing and able to play at a level that we haven't seen.
Very nice punishing that.
It comes out.
Most people don't know this. Just a quick note: if Isabel does try to, throw a fishing rod on you, if it touches your shield, it's actually an insane amount of in-lag for Isabel. So when it does the little bouncing animation, and Jake did perfect on punishing that.
So both players extremely close, both down to 2 stocks, both applying damage to each other, both playing their style and doing a very good job of keeping this competitive. Neither player able to quite come to a distinct advantage.
Jake destroying the hydrant. I don't even know, the grounded hydrant. It seems that DJ Soundwave is willing to take the fireball just to pocket one of them. I'm not really sure how well that worked for him, but he knows the character better than I do, so. Very nice punish from Jake.
So Jake comes
and
he immediately, Soundwave immediately comes back doing some damage. Jake trying to contest, and what we see is that both of these players are very, very good, very, very competitive against one another. Neither getting a distinct advantage, immediately equalizing so far in this round.
Isabel just rolling back and forth between Ridley. Not really sure what's happening right now. Isabel just dominating. DJ Soundwave just waiting for him to drop the shield.
Trying to get something going there, but Soundwave's trying to get into his element of getting his setups going, and he's clearly achieved that. So now it remains to be seen how Jake responds. He's trying to get that, take him out of his element. And he just managed to take him out of his element. And now what we see is Jake's in his elements, a very direct style of play, just trying to crush him, and he does.
And that does not
kill.
He
He doesn't kill him though.
They're both at very.
And there we have it.
Jake is
a very wonderful match, a very competitive match, both down to the wire, but Jake does pull that one out against DJ Soundwave. So what we saw was 2 very distinct styles of play. Obviously, Jake won that by getting him out of his element, getting him to the edge. Yeah, getting to the edge. He just wasn't able to get his setups going, which we saw him do towards that second stock. We saw him just really getting his groove, and Jake managed to take him out of that on his last stock. So it's a very impressive comeback, or not even a comeback, because both players were extremely close. It was a very impressive victory by Jake in that first round.
It seems that they are going to Smashville for the second game. Seems like Isabel, he wants the Isabel home turf advantage.
I wonder what that's gonna do.
I kind of wonder the mindset behind this pick. Seems that Isabel needs a lot of space, and he liked to move around platforms out around Pokemon Stadium. So I don't really know
the advantage that he would get from
picking Smashville. Maybe it was a collective decision they made.
What we see here, again, both players playing relatively equally to one another. Both of them, obviously.
Ridley just, Jake nonstop giving pressure right now. It is. very polar to the game that we saw with Jake and Jenkins. It just to show you the level of play and that very good forward smash, closing out the stop.
So what we see is again he's trying to get his setups going, and DJSoundwave's applying some pressure, making it really hard for Jake to get back into this on his stock. But Jake, being who he is, he does manage to get back onto the platform. Remains to be seen. He's dealing some damage. He's dealing some damage, which is good at this level of play, while still having 3 stocks. However, DJSoundwave, being who he is,
it seems that Jake has yelled yeet a very loud. The back air, very meaty.
That I did not expect. So he managed to take out a stock from DJSoundwave, particularly early on. Obviously, DJSoundwave wants to try and get this in early. He doesn't want to take too much damage against this almost lame duck stock that Jake has and is using against him. So he wants to try and take him out, and he's just not able to do it. He's taking a lot of damage.
Jake understanding that he just needs to give DJSoundwave pressure. He understands if DJSoundwave has pressure, he's not going to be able, or if under pressure, he's not going to be able to handle his Ridley.
So he's starting to try and get his setups going. You see the results of that.
Soundbee still not able to kill. Jake almost killing.
And with that, Jake goes up 2-1. Much more impressive from Jake. Much less impressive from DJSoundwave in this round. It's competitive to the last one, which was down to the wire in terms of the damage, in terms of the stocks.
I feel that this Battlefield lock-in was actually like the best thing for DJSoundwave, because one thing that he lacked that game, and I think he realized, was he had lack of platforms to move around and avoid the Ridley.
So Jake sticking with Ridley in this round.
DJSoundwave is swapping to Pokemon Trainer.
And I've seen his Pokemon Trainer. He's very versatile. Obviously, Pokemon Trainer's versatile on its own, but the way he plays him is also very versatile. He's willing to switch towards the end. So what we're going to see is when he starts taking more damage towards the end, he's going to probably switch Charizard. But in terms of his ability to do combos, make counterplay, a very impressive character. This is who took out The Witcher. So we're going to see some interesting play from him. And obviously, Jake being who he is, we're going to see him play a lot of pressure no matter who the opponent is. Wow. It did a lot of damage.
DJSoundwave
Jake
is
not caring.
Best.
Jake not caring who his opponent is, going after him. This is his play style. Obviously,
still keeping up.
Exactly.
I'm actually surprised. I thought Jake would try to go more for the poke playstyle against his Pokemon Trainer, but it is working out.
It's working out beautifully. So now what we see is a change. Him switching to Charizard, trying to contest just the amount of power and weight.
Oh, and that's going to be an SD from Jake. You hate to see that happen.
But it does happen, and it is part of it.
It seems that Jake has very quickly killed
and
DJSoundwave.
DJSoundwave
back.
Down a stock after being almost given a foot back into the game. We're gonna see if he can try and pull this out. Remember, he has to win this. Otherwise, well,
or he's gonna be knocked down in the finals. This is oh, that was a very ballsy.
And with that,
is going to kill.
He goes up 3-0. That was, I must admit, I'm very surprised that DJSoundwave